Hello guys, it's me again, Aswad. And for today's video, I'm gonna talk about what's the story on Gina Carano. Gina Carano hit the news yesterday in a big way, and I need to research first before I make this video on what happened and trying to understand her story and also Disney story. So, what's the story on Gina Carano? So let me just start with an introduction to the story. Now, Gina Carano, she is an actress, and on this story, on the Mandalorian, which is a Disney production, because Star Wars now is owned by Disney, and she is what do you call that, supporting character in that show, and this is Pedro Pascal with her, and what happened yesterday is that she has been fired by Disney for her tweets. Her posting on social media, which are problematic. But it's not the first time that this situation happened to her. What is the tweet about? Okay, I will get into it. But I just want, for some people who don't know who is Gina Carano besides this. Gina Carano, for some of you who is new, before she is an actress, she is a fighter. This is her. She is a strong female warrior, I would say that. She started her, look at that, she started her career basically as a fighter. Not many people would choose this career, especially a woman. So you can tell that she really is the type of person that really has this kind of attitude that, to be a fighter and MMA fighter, you need to have a very strong mental attitude and whatnot. So Gina Carano is very, that type of person, very strong personality. And at first, when she first started acting, she wasn't that good in the first few roles, but eventually she becomes better because she takes classes and whatnot. Okay, what's the problem with her recently? Oh, I think last year, during the Trump administration, she reveals herself to be a supporter, a very right-wing supporter, and that's not a problem. I mean, you are allowed to have political leanings. It's your right as a person to choose whatever side that you want. And however, that her position as a supporter of Donald Trump party, Republican Party, and also Donald Trump policies, really makes the other side angry. You see, if you're a person, you take a side, you take a political side, of course the other side will be angry. And they don't like her because she's a Trump supporter, because they don't understand why she support Trump and whatnot. But again, for me, I think that's your right to believe, to support whoever you want. The second problem I think that people started to get pissed off was on the left, started to get pissed off of her, is because she is like having issues with the pronoun, the transgender kind of LGBTQ. So that is another red flag that I think I will explore why certain things we do not touch. She touched on the LGBTQ issue, and in Hollywood, in the left-wing community, which is the left-wing community is really, really pro-LGBTQ. It was under Obama, Democrat left-wing, they really support LGBTQ policies, and they really don't appreciate her playing around with that kind of topic. All right, but still, she's still working with Disney at that time because is her personal views and stuff like that. She said she does not mean to attack the LGBTQ community, except for the bullies that are attacking her. And now that one, she still was, when she was attacking playing around with the LGBTQ kind of thing on her social media, Disney still kept her around. Now, the reason she was fired by Disney was because she posted something on the she touched on the Nazi era Jewish community in Germany. Now, that is the reason why she got fired, because people complain about her remarks, about her posting on social media, and they really take it to heart. All right, and she got fired because of that. Even though she argued she did not meant to be anti-Semitic, she doesn't meant to be attacking, making light of the thing. She just wanted to use the Holocaust, that Nazi, and how the Jews were treated in Germany as an example to push a point. Now, and Disney fired her for it immediately. Now, okay, so some of you might not understand. Some of you say, oh, she has the right to do this, she has the right to do that. Okay, there's a lot of people who do not understand a reality. Okay, the topic that is the focus here is not about your right to say things. Is this respecting sensitivities? Respecting sensitivities, and a lot of people who are not part of everybody in the world have sensitivities. Okay, the Jews have their sensitivities, the Muslims have sensitivities, the blacks have sensitivities. Everybody in the world, every race in the world have sensitivities. And that's what a lot of people do not understand. People say, so what? Why should she be fired? Okay, let me just jump straight into it. For the Jewish community, their sensitivities are very rooted in what happened that caused the Holocaust. That happened, the treatment of Jews during Nazi Germany, and the treatment of Nazi Germany and the people of Germany. And that is a very sensitive matter. It is so sensitive to them that I'm not even going to put the picture of what she posted in this video. And people, okay, if you're not Jew, you might say, Shupi lah, what's the problem? Because everybody have sensitivities. For the Jews, that is very sacred for them. For the Muslim, for example, I'm just giving for the example, is the picture of the Prophet, the cartoon drawing of the Prophets, Muhammad. That is very sensitive to the Muslim. When that topic came up, the Muslim was very angry. Okay, now, do you see that? If you're a Muslim, somebody disrespect your sensitivities, are you angry? Of course you're angry. But if you're a Muslim, if you outside it, you might not see, why are you sensitive when we attack, when the Gina Carano said that to the Jews? Yes, because for the Jews, that is their sensitivities. And you should respect sensitivities of the culture. The same thing, you want other people to respect your sensitivities. If you say, I don't have any sensitivities. No, if you are born human, every race, every culture, every country, there is sensitivities with your life. There is a sensitivities, and you do not want other people to attack that. So for Muslim, there's a lot of sensitivities. You don't touch the religion of Islam. You don't touch of the Prophet, because then people will get angry. And then you do understand it. It's fine that you don't understand it, because that's not your sensitivities, but for them it is. Now for the Jews, it's the Holocaust, the Nazi Germany, and the Jews in treatment by the Nazis in Germany, by the German people then during the World War II period, is very sacred and sensitive. Recently, when you see political leaders talk like attacking the Jews and whatnot, you have to think, for the person who attacked this culture, you might say, they did this. Still you do not attack. That is their sensitivities. The same way you don't want other people to attack Islam, or you don't want to understand people to say the N word if you're talking about the black culture. Black culture, there's another way. There's a lot of sensitivities there. That's why black people can say the N word, but non-black people, they take it very sensitive when you say the N word. All right. Even though you might, if you are not part of it, you say, what's the problem? I'm not white. I can say that, or I have black friends. I can say the N word. No, for that is their sensitivities, and that's very, very clear when you look at that perspective. So the point I'm making is, everybody have their own sensitivities, and I think the problem is nobody want to learn about each other's sensitivities. Everybody have it. You do not want, even in the family, you don't want somebody to attack your parent or your mother. That's why the worst thing you can provoke people when you attack the sensitivities of a person, a race, a culture, a country, and whatnot. Okay, so that's the big issue, is the respecting sensitivities. There are a lot of people don't understand it. I was researching the left and the right argument. People who support Gina Carano say that's her right. She does not meant to say to be anti-Semitic and attack the Jews and whatnot, but with her statement, and those who counter, who was against her, saying that no, that is the sensitivities of the Jews. They were saying that you cannot touch on the Jewish issue, and I agree with that, because for the Jews, that is their sensitivities. You do not go and touch around with the Holocaust, with the Jewish treatment by the Germans during that Nazi World War II period. You don't touch in Auschwitz and whatnot. You don't do that, because that is their sensitivities. Simple. In Hollywood, yes, you must understand that. Just like you are attacking Islam, you're talking about the Prophet. For the Muslim, for the non-Muslim, they say, I draw a Prophet. What's the problem with that? No. For Muslim, that's very sensitive. You do not draw the Prophet. You do not say anything bad about the Prophet or his family and the religion. Oh, very sensitive. You can create wars because of this kind of sensitivities. Don't. So what I'm talking here is respecting boundaries, respecting other people, respecting sensitivities. And when she crossed the line, in Hollywood, that is a no-no. You don't do that. Remember, there was one actress called Megan Fox. Megan Fox was a good actress, and she starred in the Transformers. She's famous for that. And she said in an interview, she equates Michael Bay with Adolf Hitler. You can hear this a lot of time, but if you're a Jew, you say that, sometimes you hear it, oh, you're Hitler. If you the same way when a black person call other black people the N-word, when a Jew say that, it's like you can hear it when they mention Hitler. When you're not Jews, you compare Michael Bay. She compared Michael Bay to Adolf Hitler. It caused an uproar when that first happened, and she got fired. She was not hired to work in Hollywood again. I mean, she still get roles, but in Hollywood, it's a big taboo to say that, to touch on the sensitivities of the Jews, because that is their sensitivities, and then she broke that. And people, I mean, at first I didn't understand when it starts happening. Wow, okay, when that happened was a long time. When Transformers 2, I think she was still in there. Transformers 3, she was not. Same issue. After I grew up, I become older, mature. I learn about culture, other people, other cultures. Oh, then you understand. That is their sensitivity. That's it. That is all the situation here. Gina Carano is not banned on Twitter. She has been dropped by her agency, and she has been dropped by Disney. But it doesn't mean an end to her career. It just means you're not welcome in our club. In Hollywood, there is the sensitivities in Hollywood. You don't attack the Jewish community. And now Hollywood has expanded to LGBTQ, you Muslim. Yes, he has Hollywood has been accepting to other races also. So if you see Disney, they has been venturing out, hiring. They call it diversity hire, which is good. You hire more black people, more Muslim or more, because you want to reflect that you are not insensitive. That is the key word that Disney is adopting heavily. So you see the movies or whatnot has that kind of cultural diversity. They want to push for that, which is good. No problem with that. But this I just want to share what is the story on Gina Carano. No, she's been fired because she is insensitive to the Jewish culture. I know. I mean, I look at the both side of the argument, because if you're not part of the Jewish community, I'm not saying that majority, but a lot of Jewish community, that's why they fire her. It's not, they really take it very seriously. You do not attack the Jews in Hollywood. You don't you don't touch on the Jewish sensitivities, just like you don't want other people to attack on other sensitivities, Muslim sensitivities, black sensitivities. Also, white people also have sensitivities. You don't touch on what their sensitivities are. And how do you know which is what, who is what? You study, you learn about that, okay? And that is my kind of like, I want to explain this video to people to understand what happened to Gina Carano. Personally, I push aside all this. I like Gina Carano because she's a fighter. I known her because she's a MMA fighter. She's a very strong woman. I always appreciate very strong women. Okay, and then what could she has done to prevent all this? Okay, first thing you can see from all of this, she does not have any close friend who are LGBTQ who can advise her and what, she doesn't have that. I mean, if you have friends like that, you have to think, or your friend can actually tell you, oh, that you don't talk like that about the LGBTQ. They have sensitivities also. Okay, clearly she doesn't have that. She doesn't have Jewish friends or Jewish acquaintance or Jewish managers to tell her, oh, you know what, don't touch that because that's sensitive to the Jews. No, she doesn't have any. And the lesson of that, you should, as an individual, I know it's not school, but you should learn about other cultures, making friends with other races and other religion, or people who from other religion, people from other races, people from other countries, so you can learn. As a Muslim, there was a question why God created so many races, so many cultures, so many religion. I mean there are so, and this culture have this religion, and it comes to that so that we can learn. You can learn from other cultures. You can learn about their religion. You can learn about their cultures. You can learn about their sensitivities, what their favorite food. Learning from each other is part of being a Muslim. You have to be in a state of learning. It's as beside the ibadah kind of thing. So that's my video. Ibadah is worship for non-Muslim listening to this. Besides worship, Islam promotes a lot of things like, you can learn good things. But at the same time, you need to learn about other people's sensitivities. That is the lesson here. So Gina Carano should have more people from around her, from other races or other cultures, that can advise her. And when you have other people can advise you, not force on you, then you can listen more, you can change your attitude better. I also like her. I'm very stubborn. When I was younger, I was very stubborn. So I sometimes when people give me good advice, I ignore it because I'm very stubborn. And she is also a fighter. A fighter has that very strong kind of stubbornness. You must have very strong mental fortitude. You don't want to change your mind. But as I grow older, that is not the right way to live. You need to open your mind and be sensitive, learn about other people, other cultures, other faith, so that you can be in harmony. And that also the teaching of my religion, also to have to be in harmony. Okay. Right now, she is not banned from Twitter or social media, but is a lesson that she can learn. She's banned by Disney, who owns Star Wars and Mandalorian franchise, because that is their benchmark of sensitivities. Like again, the whole story is about respecting other people, respecting sensitivities, respecting other cultures. I like her. I like her because I think she can be a better person. Her problem was that one post, that few posts that is so insensitive to LGBTQ and what. You can disagree with. You do not. You are not. I'm not LGBT. You are not. You don't have to say. You don't have to curse attack them. You just say I'm not into LGBTQ. That's fine. You're not into it. Fine. You don't have to voice it out. You know it's sensitive to other people, to the trans community or whatnot. It's very sensitive for them to attack them. You know, you can attack because then they take it personally. If you have faith that say, okay, I'm not an LGBTQ, my religion might say, oh, we're not pro LGBTQ. Yeah, fine. Then you keep it to yourself. You don't, because it's a personal thing for you. You don't attack them. And I believe in that kind of attitude. Right? Okay, that's my views on the matter. What's up with Gina Carano? I think it's a very interesting topic. I hope she understands better about what's the situation and she can improve. And I know she can improve. She improved her acting. Before Mandalorian, I thought I wasn't into her acting so much. I've seen her acting in Mandalorian. I like it. Okay, but the story is a big story because you know what? Everybody want to know what's happening with her. And that's it. That's my video on the matter. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And thank you for your time. Peace.